So for anyone who's not watched these sessions before, my name is Zoe Clark. I'm Senior Self-Management Programme Officer at NASS, and today I'm joined by a familiar face. We're joined by Susi Gaikwad. Hi Susi, how are you?
I'm fine, Zoe. Thanks for the invite. How are you?
Yeah, I'm well, thank you. Now, we were very lucky that previously you've run one of these Tai Chi taster sessions for us in the past, but for anyone who's not seen that session, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. Hello and welcome to Therapeutic Tai Chi session part 2. For those who do not know me, my name is Susi Gaikwad. Everybody calls me Susi. I'm a rheumatology physiotherapist working in Northern Lincolnshire and Gould NHS Foundation Trust. I'm proud to call us an A-Stretch member, and I've been working with NASS. NASS has given me the platform, thanks to Zoe and NASS. Tai Chi, I'm not a Tai Chi instructor, but I've been working with Tai Chi from the year 2014, and my patients love Tai Chi. So I got involved more and more because it helped them to engage with therapy and it helped them to relax, and they found the exercise very beneficial. That got me more interested in Tai Chi. And I did a part 1 in January 2021, which I'll do a little bit of introduction as we carry on with my presentation slides. So Tai Chi is a defensive martial arts, and it's originated from China. There are 24 forms of Tai Chi, would you believe? And out of which Qigong is a popular one. Qigong can be pronounced different ways. Qigong is very unique, and it's it means Qi means life, breath, energy. Gong means skill, work. And Qi can have a powerful effect on the mind, body, and spirit. It can be practiced either on its own, or it can be a perfect disciplined exercise complemented to your other Tai Chi movements. Relaxation and deep breathing are the main key points, which I really love to work with my patients. Both promotes the Qi sensation into the body, opening certain gates through the meridians, and it actually helps you to energize the channels and strengthens a lot of systems in your body, like musculoskeletal, neurological, gynecological, etc., etc. And it helps you, along with the breathing. There are 2 key points which I like to use it, and which I'm sure all the Qigong users love. The center moves along with the movements, and visualization. Visualization helps you to take away one's to a different environment. I take my patients to Cyprus without a flight fare, and I've done that for nearly from 2014, and people have loved that imaginary going back into a different environment, and that helps them to relax, especially the warmth combined in Cyprus with the sea waves in front. They actually forget the pain and they start relaxing, and it makes them to focus on therapy. Now, Qigong has an ability to help in healing a large variety of both chronic and acute injuries and illnesses. Now, I work with patients with a lot of long-term conditions, and they are always in threat of pain, my patient group, and they struggle to relax. So with using Qigong techniques, I feel those patients are able to relax and get better with therapy sessions. Going to the next session, we're going to look at the healing ability as well. I forgot here. The healing ability is, Qigong has got a healing ability, which is something I feel I use the most out of everything else. The relaxation, the breathing, they're all there, but the healing ability is the one which I find it helps the patients. It helps the patients to believe that they can actually do these exercises, and it heals them, makes them feel better and do the exercises. Going to the next slide, contraindications and precautions. So what contraindications we should follow? So avoid overreaching, making sure that you don't stretch your arms and limbs to do Tai Chi. You make sure that, especially when you have cardiac conditions, avoid reaching your arms above your head, making sure that it is easy to do below the shoulder level and even the chest level. If you are actually osteoporotic, for example, your bones are fragile and very precious, so avoid reaching forward too quick and reaching back quick as well. If you have patients with cancer, one has to be very careful about overstretching. And if you have had a total hip replacement, make sure that you don't bend your hip more than 90 degrees. And over on all that, your neck movements, make sure your neck movements really doesn't get any quick movements, because you got important nerves running. Now, Tai Chi looks very easier, but it takes time to practice. Practice it very easy. Start gently. Have some progressions gently. Do not rush into any movements. Have small volumes of movement. Enjoy, because Tai Chi is a free-flowing movement, and it's such a mindful exercise as well. So people ask me how many times I should do this Tai Chi. I would say regularly, if you're doing Tai Chi, make sure you do at least 20 to 30 minutes twice a week. That should get you adjusted into the Tai Chi routine, and you can practice and get them progressed. But if you're only doing Tai Chi, and that's what you want to do, divide the Tai Chi exercise into three times, like 10 minutes each. And you can actually use the 10-minute sessions throughout the whole day. The Department of Health helps us to understand that 30 minutes of exercise is very important. So you can actually make sure that you do those exercises well. But that 10 minutes of exercises, make sure you do those exercises. Divide, like for example, you can do the upper limb exercises or lower limb exercises, or making sure they do overall 3 times, whichever is comfortable for you and which is very easy for you to manage. Now, going back into the repetitions, I would say 3 to 5 repetitions as you carry on. The warm-ups can be 3 times, and the cooling down can be 3 times. But again, if you like a particular sequence or particular technique, go ahead and do 7 or 8 if that makes you feel relaxed. Again, it depends on you. But avoid doing Tai Chi more than 30 minutes because it can make you tired. Now, going back into positions, that's an important point. So you can do Tai Chi in standing. It's because standing is very popular. Everybody thinks it's weight-bearing exercises and you do it in standing. But of course, Tai Chi can be done in sitting as well. So you have a gym ball also these days to work in. So this time I'm going to work on how to promote Tai Chi on a gym ball, which might be interesting for you, because exercises in Tai Chi actually is good for not only fragile senior members, but also for people who get fatigued with chronic pain, especially with fibromyalgia. They get fatigued with doing exercises and standing. Sitting makes them feel a little bit better. And obviously, when you have good times, you can stand up and do the exercises as well, or you can have supported standing. I hope that is okay, what I've said. So we go back into the next one. So the effects of Tai Chi, there are plenty, huge health benefits. Physically, it helps you to improve your mobility, flexibility, muscle power, coordination, balance, etc. Mentally, it helps you to enhance one's mood, reduces the stress levels. Thereby, it improves the overall well-being. It's safe, Tai Chi is safe without any adverse effects. It's so enjoyable with music, and it's easy to self-manage. It's an added tool in a self-management box. I feel that way. I tell my patients, have a self-management box always, and make sure you have that box when I discharge you. Keep them with you and list out your tools and bring them out, what you should do on a good day, what you should do on a bad day, and what you should do on a normal day. So Tai Chi can be done at any time, any place, anywhere. And it's not competitive at all. Like my guru Ross Smith says, I would say this like a parrot repeatedly. Do not think this is a competitive exercise. You do in your own comfortable zone, because you need to be comfortable in how you can progress as well. So do the exercises, make sure you enjoy them, and make sure they are free-flowing and relaxing and getting them easier to do as you carry on. The next time you do Tai Chi, you should be able to look forward to do them because it's a mindful exercise. Okay, Tai Chi is also important with my patients and peer, because they are the ones who have a lot of pain. And with the pain, they always come to me and say, what are you going to make me do? I'm not going to do this today because I have pain. And when I explain to them, this is going to really help you today, because this is going to help you to reduce your pain, it's going to relax. They don't believe me. And once they start, they are tuned in it. Now, they like the free-flowing exercises. During the session, they like the music, and they feel that the music makes them to do the work easier. It helps them to concentrate when I get them visualized to different environments or different activities. And then after the session, they feel this helps them to improve the general body movements during their life activities. And they feel they have conquered something because the pain levels are much less. Now, more than I tell you about the Tai Chi effects, I'm going to let you listen to few of my Tai Chi users in my world. So can we listen to them?
Hi, my name's Emily. I'm an MSc student and I've just done my placement with Susi, and she's taught me all about Tai Chi, and I got to work with the NASS group as well, filming some Tai Chi, which was really good. So I think Tai Chi is a great way to exercise because you can mobilize different parts of the spine that people sometimes forget and don't realize that they need to mobilize. It's a good way to get full body stretches. Not only is it good for your movement, it's a good way to relax during your exercise. You can incorporate the breathing exercises into it, which allows some of the tension that people hold to be released. I think this is a really good way to get people to move different areas and to think about exercise in a different way.
Thank you, Emily.
Hi, my name's Emily.
Hi, my name is Peter. I'm a member of the Grimsby NASS group. I think great benefit.
Sorry, I'll start again.
Hi, my name is Pete Townsend. I'm a member of the Grimsby NASS group. I think great benefit to people who attend in that it gives you the inspiration to keep on with your exercise, but also gives you the chance to talk to other people suffering from the condition and to learn from their experiences, and also to provide help, guidance and advice to others. One thing we do a lot of is Tai Chi, which Susi, our physio, is keen to get us involved in. I think it's a great way of exercising for someone with AS. It's gentle stretches, but it does mean you get that full range of movement in your spine and neck, and it's really good for you. And as it's a relaxing movement, you don't get tensed up like you do in others, so you do maintain that movement. Bye.
Thank you, Pete.
My name is Frank. I live in Lincolnshire. I've had AS for about 15 years. I find Tai Chi exercises are really helpful for my condition. The stretches and exercises involved are gentle and slow, but help to keep and maintain that range of movement and mobility that we all really want. And it's not too strenuous or difficult for most people to achieve.
Thank you, Frank.
Hi, I'm James. I joined Grimsby NASS 8 months ago after moving to Grimsby, and I'm getting a job as a staff nurse in the local Grimsby hospital. I was put onto the NASS group, and I've been joining in with the NASS classes online, which I found very supportive. And I've also taken a look at one of the NASS Tai Chi videos, which surprisingly is wonderful, and how it gets all the different movements of the body all in one session. And I found whereas some of my exercises or stretches didn't prepare me for certain situations during the day when you have to sort of get into some activity or help out with moving around or something somewhere or other, that after doing the Tai Chi the previous day or something, I get less stiffness or less pain problems for doing unforeseen activities like that. So I'm very happy with the Tai Chi, and I'm going to carry on doing it. And thank you for the NASS and Susi for putting up a very good and very helpful video online for us. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, James. So we listened to those people, didn't we? It's amazing how they felt Tai Chi helped them. So before we go to the Tai Chi practicals, let's see what preparations one has to do. Many people ask what's the dress code and footwear, so I've added a slide for it altogether. So the dress code, I would suggest and recommend that you wear some looser, slightly warmer clothes, because the chi sensation will allow you to have some cold sensation going to your toes and feet while you do the Tai Chi. And post Tai Chi, you'll find suddenly the hands and feet are getting very cold. And I would say to you, wear socks, especially. Wearing warmer clothes will allow you to move freely as well. Looser clothes. Restrictive clothes are not very great for Tai Chi. I always say to my patients, wear ankle supported shoes because they will reduce the slips and falls, and also helps you to maintain the balance. Either you stand or sit, shoes give you a lot of protection. Next one is also, I would say to you, is make sure you keep the exercise space a bit more freer to move. So the normal recommended space, if you're working alone, is 8 meters long lengthwise and 3 meters breadthwise. And if you have another person exercising along with it, double the amount. And keep the space very, flatter. Tai Chi likes flatter flooring level. So some people do it in the park, some people do it in the garden, but make sure that you do the risks. Maybe as a beginner, you will do it indoors, then you will go outdoors. But when you go outdoors, just make sure you risk assess doing it. Music, I think I would suggest you to be careful about copyrighted music. I tend to use the link which I've given you, and that leads you to Yang's relaxation Tai Chi music, and I really like it. People get habituated. I got habituated to this music from 2012, I think. Ever since I listened to this music, I got tuned into it. So if you actually press the link, and it will take you back into that. And so far, nobody's questioned me why I've used it. And it's got cherry blossoms in the YouTube if you want to look for it. And I would suggest you to download that. While we do the practicals, you can download it, because in Zoom, the music doesn't really cross over from my screen to your screen. Going to positions, if you think about positions, standing is actually more popular, like I explained to you. But I would say to you is always get more options. So if you're feeling a bit tired, you can do it in sitting. And sitting on a gym ball has got its own benefits. It's like buy one, get one free. Gym ball, actually, when you sit on it, it helps you to improve your core stability. So alongside, you're going to work Tai Chi exercises. So progressions on a gym ball is actually important to think. It's not an easy job to work on a gym ball. So when you're actually sitting on a chair and you're progressing, you need to really work on some body parts more than what you do sitting in a chair. I'm sure those who use gym ball would know about this, but let's do a practicals and find out. So now, before we get to do exercises and sitting on a chair or a gym ball, first we got to choose a gym ball. Many people have asked me, how am I going to use a gym ball? How am I going to choose it? So the first things you would think about is anti-burst. So make sure your ball doesn't burst too quick. So always make sure it's got the anti-burst quality there. It says that in the product, the manufacturer clearly written there. So if, for example, if you have a ball and you inflate it, and if you have punctured it for some unfortunate reasons, and then your ball doesn't go flat too quick, collapsing you to the floor and having an accident. So it's better to have anti-burst bar. It'll allow you to go gently down so that it stops you from having a fall. The next one is the durability. The thicker the material of the ball is good. So look for the durability. Look for the weight limits. So the normal weight limits are between 200 to 300 pounds, it says, usually the manufacturers, because most of them come from America. But if you look at the kg amounts, it's 90 to 136 kilograms. So if your body weight is more than that ball, please avoid using it. The next one is the height. You also look at the height of the ball. So if you have a ball, and make sure you inflate it and it's got a bounce, and you take the ball to the wall and make a reference mark on the wall. So for example, if you have got a 65 centimeters heighted ball and you take it to the wall, it should get like 25 inches tall. I'm only giving an approximate value. But if you actually use a particular ball, keep the reference mark, and after 2 weeks of using the gym ball, you might have to inflate it again. The size, this is another thing you need to be very careful about. The size is according to your height. So if you are under 5 foot, then use a 45 centimeters ball. If you are between 5 foot and 5'7" you would use a 55 centimeters ball. And if you're between 5'7" and 6'2", you would use a 65 centimeters ball. And if you are over 6'2", I'm very jealous of these people because I'm quite short, they will benefit by using a 75 centimeters ball. Of course, you will have an 85 centimeters ball and 95 centimeters ball as well in the market. In our physio department, we have a 95 centimeters ball, and it's really huge. And I don't think I have a person to sit on it yet, but we use it for other exercises. And the support required to prevent. Obviously, you know, this ball is going to be on the floor and it's unstable, isn't it? So you're going to really sit down and prevent the ball from rolling. So you're going to use a lot of your abdominals and your muscles, and your core muscles to work on it when you sit. So initially you would struggle to sit on it. So if you're a beginner, I would suggest you to go and take the ball in and place it in between 2 walls in a corner and get the support from both the walls, adjacent sides. But suppose if you don't have a corner because you're filled with all the furniture, you can put 2 chairs and place the ball in between. But if you still feel unstable, you can have a chair in front. And if you still feel not very good, have somebody to supervise you and give you that support. And you'll always have the healthcare professionals, physios, will tell you how to get additional support from. Next is the postural adaptations. You need to really make sure your abdominals are very engaged when you do the exercise, and when you make sure you keep your hip and knee in the right angles. Your knee is over the feet and the knee doesn't go beyond the toes, and making sure your head, chest, and your pelvis in single line. Yeah. But if you're not convinced, I might be able to explain to you using some models. So let's go on it. So if we say, this is the video actually. Now we know these 2 models are sitting on 2 balls and they have different heights. They've got different balls. But the question is, are they sitting on a most appropriate sized ball according to their height? That is a question. So for that, I'm going to take you to 4 different models. So model number 1, she's 5'4" tall. And she's sitting the first ball, if I can put the cursor, that first ball is 55 centimeters in height. The next one is 65 centimeters in height. Now you could see that clearly she's sitting quite tall, erect, and a hip and knee are in right angles. The knee is just there, right, on over the foot. It's not going beyond the metatarsals. Yeah. But looking at here, she's trying to fall, isn't she? She's not really balanced at all. So what do you think you would let this model choose? Obviously, the number 1. I'm sure people are saying, yes, number 1 ball. So she's going to use the 55 centimeters ball. So going to the next slide, this model, she's 5'7" tall, and she's sitting on the first ball, which is actually 45 centimeters tall. The next ball, she's sitting on a 55 centimeters ball. So if you look at the ball where she's sitting on the first one, her hips are quite sunken. And look at her knees and look at her foot. Her foot is really away from the ball and she's not looking very happy and she's really slumping herself in. Looking at the second ball, she's actually perfect. She's sitting really tall and straight and hip and knee are in right angle. Her feet seems to be hatched well and she looks good. So which do you think she should choose the second ball? I'm sure you're agreeing there. The third model, we're getting more trickier. 3 balls he's sitting. He is actually 5 foot and 11 inches tall. He's sitting on the 45 centimeters ball. He was trying to hold the ball actually. The photo doesn't really offer the credit, but you can see that his hip is really clunked into the ball and is really making sure that he's actually clung to the ball and he's not looking that great. He didn't look great when we took the picture. The next one was 65 centimeters ball, and he seemed to be sitting quite all right with the hip and knee in right angles, foot is in the right position, and he's sitting in the erect posture. He's able to, and he's looking good. What about that ball? That is the 95 centimeters ball, which I said we have in the physio department. There is literally going to fall off any minute, but he's trying to hide it. The hip is quite higher up, isn't it? And the knee is far down. So definitely we would go for the second ball. I hope you agree. Going to the model number 4, he is 6 foot and 2 inches in height and is sitting on a 45 centimeters ball, which is too small. And you can see the hip going quite low and the knee, even though it looks good, the hip is really sunk into the ball and he doesn't look happy. Going to the next one, he sat on a 65 centimeters heighted ball and he's actually sat quite well. The posture is looking good, hip and knee in right angles, knees just over the foot, and he's doing okay. There, that's the 95 centimeters ball. He's not happy at all. He's starting to curve his back and look at the knee. It's just coming away from the ball and it's not looking great. It's trying to slide any minute. And the distance there, I can see that it wants to come away from the ball. So you could go for the 65 centimeters ball. What do you think? Yeah, I'm sure you're all agreeing. Now you know a little bit of idea how it can be tricky choosing balls when you go according to your heights. And it may not be the right height for you. Try going for 45 and 55 centimeters ball if you want to choose, which is good. See how comfortable you feel as well when you sit on it. So here we have a video clip. Model number 1, she's walking in with a 55 centimeters chosen most appropriate ball for her. She's trying to use it as we instructed, put it in a corner and using the walls adjacent sides. She's really trying her best to balance herself, but you can see that she wants to use the wall. And I don't think she wants to do any exercise at this stage. So we're going to give her a little more support to see whether we can put a chair in front and then she's fine. Once she starts practicing exercises using a chair, we can slowly get the chair away and we can slowly get her to come away from the wall. And she could exercise freely sitting on a ball. So what did you think about it? Do you have a clue that how to get a ball, how to use it? We got some reassurance. If you don't, keep looking at this video again and again till you get the hang of it and you'll be fine. So shall we have some practice? Now the practice sessions are quite simple. Now, many people have come and said, I really can't do 30 minutes of Tai Chi session or 20 minutes of Tai Chi sessions. I said to them, okay, I'll teach you a little bit of maybe less than 12 minutes or 15 minutes of Tai Chi session where you can actually go and work freely. So today, I'm just going to give you less than 15 minutes Tai Chi sessions, but we're going to do in 3 lots. So the first time we're going to do in sitting. I'll show you how to sit on a chair, and then I'll go in sitting on a gym ball, and we'll do some exercises. I've chosen 5 warm-ups. We may not use the 5 warm-ups. You can go to 3 warm-ups, select 3 ones with the breathing exercises. And then I've selected 6 Qigong exercises and a cool down exercise. And you can work on these. You can select 3 Qigong exercises out of it, or you can go for the whole 6, or you can pick up one and continuously work on it till you get more and more used to it, and then go on to the next one. The cool down exercises are very simple to follow. I've done one in short form in sitting, one in longer form in standing. So first we'll do exercises sitting on a chair and then or a gym ball. Those of you who have chairs at home, please bring the chair. By the time I adjust the camera, you should be able to get a chair by the time it gives you a minute or so. If you have the gym ball appropriate to height, feel free to bring it out and use it alongside with me. And then we're going to do the same exercises in standing. And then after that, we're going to do virtually exercise alongside our Grimsby Town NASS members. Okay, so the exercises what we're going to do, I'm just going to give you a quick look. Simple shoulder rolling, simple arm slides, simple windmill exercise, hip circling, circling your hips clockwise and anti-clockwise, alternate leg and arm lifts and leg kicks. So they're quite easy. You can select all 5 to work with me today, and then you can actually split up. Then we've got 6 Qigong exercises. The names may sound a little bit odd. One is waterfall, spring and autumn, supporting a ball in front of your shoulder, painting the rainbow, flying a wild goose, gazing up the moon, and a cooling down. So they are quite good. And once you finish the exercises, we'll be doing exercises in standing. Make sure you consult healthcare professionals before doing any exercises, and same that applies for Tai Chi. Now, some of the exercises I will be halting and explaining to you what precautions you do, what adaptations you do, because Tai Chi is not just exercises which you can just practice from the sequence how I've been taught. I have to really make it therapeutic, make it easier for a person's functional movements or functional capabilities, and also adapt according to the patient's tolerance. So each time any exercise, I will give you some instructions as you carry on. But if you're able to comfortably sit on a chair, make sure you look at the postural adaptations you need to follow as well. So make sure your head, neck, chest, and your abdominals and your hips, pelvis, all in one straight angle. Your abdominals need to be a bit more engaged so that they start getting ready to exercise. Hips and knees are in right angles. The knee is just over the foot. The knees are slightly relaxed. The feet pointing straight. I would also say to you is the shoulders and hips, try to get them relaxed as well. Yeah, ready for the exercise. And we will normally do some breathing exercises to get you more relaxed and tuned to get into the mindful Tai Chi exercise. Now, the contraindications are sometimes we tend to get the arms higher up. And if you have breathing difficulties, if you have a cardiac problem, or if you have a respiratory problem, trying to keep your arms below the shoulder level to start even the chest levels and adapt to smaller volumes of movement. So when I do the exercise, you don't have to follow everything in the same volume what I do. I hope that makes things easier. So we're going to start as we checked on a posture, assuming everybody's checked the posture. Make sure your feet are quite supported, wearing shoes, socks, and relaxing yourself, taking your arms to your center, and we do some deep breathing. And then back. And drop your arms down and just raise your shoulders up and a rotation. So I would just say is rolling your shoulders forward to backwards, forwards to backwards. I'm going to keep it as 3 movements. Each side, and now we're going to do backwards to forwards. Again, the warm-up exercises are to energize yourself, but again, just go according to your capabilities. Beautiful. Okay, great. Are you joining with us, Zoe? The next one is very simple, arm slides. Can you see me clear? Hello? Zoe? And you're going to do a little bit of swinging. Yeah?
Yeah, we can see you well, thank you.
Yeah. I wasn't sure they could see. So just try and do that windmill movement. You can go again to 3 to 5. I love this exercise. It's beautiful. You can carry on doing this. And again, you're going to go into a hip circling movements. Circle your hips. And then you go into 3 circling movements there. And then you're going to go into alternate arm and leg lifts. As if you're marching. And you're going to do some leg kicks. And that ends the warm-ups here. And that's just a practice for you, because I'm going to do that more in the gym ball. Okay, let's get rid of the chair. Going to get a ball that is right for my height. 5'2", and I'm sitting on a 5'2", I'm sitting on a 55 centimeters ball. So if you actually sat down, making sure that you have your postural checks. So your head, chest, and the hips, they're all in one level line. Your abdominals are quite engaged. Your shoulders are relaxed. And your hips and knees are on right angle. Your knees over the foot, your toes facing forwards. So now you're ready for the exercises, trying to take a nice deep breath and back in. Breathing in and let go. Breathing in and let go. Breathing in and let go. We're going to start doing some warm-ups. Shoulders forward to backwards. We're going for 3 movements this time. And those of you who can do a little bit more, please rush. There's no reason you shouldn't. Okay, you're going to do backwards to forwards. Again, the direction doesn't make a big difference. As long as you roll your shoulders, that's all you need. And you're going to drop your arms and then move your arms side to side, left to right. Okay, we're going to go into the different warm-ups. Side windmill, we call that. Okay, we're going to go to the hip circling one. Okay, we're going to go to the next warm-up, which is the last one. Lifting your leg up, kicking, back, lifting your leg, kicks and back. You can raise your knee up a little bit more. It all depends upon how comfortable you are. I tend to tell people, you can kick once the first week, the next week you can go to 2 kicks, and the third kick. And obviously you can do on your good times and bad times too. I'm sure you're all doing very well. Now we're going to go to the Qigong exercise as you're ready. If you feel the warm up and made you a bit tired, take a nice deep breath. And we're going to do that. The next exercise is just starting the Qigong exercise, which I'm sure you're all going to really love it. So taking the arms up all the way, free floating arm and down. Imagine you got a waterfall in front of you and you're picking arms up. The arms float up the waterfall and you're coming down gently. And again, you're taking it up and then down. When you're going up, you feel as if you can feel the water through those fingers. And when you come down, you melt down. Breathing in and then down. I tell people to say is taking the arm up, avoid doing it in a rush. Make it free flowing. Just imagine if you have problems in your arms, you can do one arm or the second arm as well. Now we're going to go to the second exercise, taking the arm wide out and then back. We call that as Ottoman spring. So taking your arms up, making them float, breathing in, and opening your arms wider, and then back and come. Just as if the sun is coming up and trying to rise up, brightening the whole of our lives. And then it's setting back, going in, down. Again, taking it off and then out. It's really brightening. And the sunset. Okay, taking the arm up and then out. Melting the arms back in and down. You can try raising the chest up and then taking your arms out, embracing the sun's rays, and then coming back down. Excellent. We're going to go to the third exercise, supporting the ball over your shoulders. So taking the ball all over to that side and bringing the ball back. Imagine you're in the pool and you're taking a ball to the surface of the water. It floats. And then when you come back, you push the ball into the water. Very nice imagination. Feel the bounce as well and down. So breathing in and then Breathing in and breathing in and down. Cause a little bit of rotation to your body, moving in and back. I always tell people to look at the ball so that they start moving the head and the neck and the shoulders and the trunk. And it's quite free flowing when you actually get engaged with the head and neck. Going to the next exercise is a colorful exercise. It's called painting the rainbow. So when you take your arms up, you have to go higher up. And this is the place where I would say to you is, because you reach over and you stay there too long, sustained position. So if you have a problem with your respiratory and cardiology problems, and if you struggle to breathe, avoid doing higher up, and you can do around the chest, near the shoulder level, or even below the shoulder level and back. So we'll do both ways. So if you actually take your arms up, making them float up as if they're floating, keep the left arm just above your head, right arm goes down as if you're painting a rainbow. This makes people smile when I do exercises with my patients and staff members. So I tell them to, can you paint red? Imagine you're painting red, flowing out, the brush comes down, and then you breathe in, looking up at the brush, painting, and this time you're going to paint red on the other side, flowing out. Get the paint back again, giving a double coating. So all these imaginations are really wonderful because they start thinking, oh, now am I going to do the green one? Yes, you might do the green. And it makes them to think about the 7 different colors of the rainbow, not realizing what they're doing, and they get focused. But I get focused to the number of times they do. So if they do 4, I make them stop and see if they're all right. So that's the 3rd time we're doing. 4th, you're going back. And each time you get a little bit of rotation for your head and neck towards the direction you're going. So there's a lot of weight transference happening in your body. And when you finish, bring your arms down, melting your arms down. And I hope you enjoyed it. What you're going to do is you're going to do some adaptations. So if you have a problem with breathing or your shoulder, you can't take it higher above. So you can take your arms in the front and you can bring the rainbow near you and then bring it back in. So again, think about the breathing each time. Breathing out, breathing in, painting while you're breathing. But again, there's no rushes that you got to do the same amount of breathing. So think about good times and bad times. And you'll be all right. So this is called painting the rainbow. Eventually, some of you can bring your arm up and then you can do the rainbow a little bit higher level. Reach for the rainbow a little bit higher level, but it doesn't matter if you stay in a lower level and do it. Breathing out and then breathing in. Breathing out. And let the arm float. And let the arm melt down and back. Each time looking at your hands as you go. And let the arms come back, melt down. Now we're going to go towards working towards gazing at the moon. So trying to get the moon, look at the moon. Gazing there, bringing it down your arms and reaching to go to the opposite side. So each time you do, let the arms melt down And then raise it up, floating the arms up, breathing in. And then let it melt down. And again, breathe. When you melt down, just make the arms go easy. And you raise it up. Okay. Again, down. Now, some of you cannot reach up. You can take the moon closer to you, can't you? Up to there. Go back down. Tai Chi is not competitive. You have to do it in your own comfort zone within your capabilities. So I would say is, as long as you get the arms go free floating there, getting the arm melting down, breathing out, and then breathing in. And eventually, some of you should be able to get the arm go a little bit higher level, and then down. I always tell my patients who cannot reach more than their others, I would say maintaining in that position is even good. So the last exercise in this sitting down is flying with a goose, wild goose. I love this exercise anytime patients feel they are like children when they do it. So imagine your arms as wings of a bird, and then you're trying to reach higher up. And then trying to get them down, melting down. Isn't it great? So nice, so beautiful. So when you actually do that, when you breathe in, you go higher up, and then breathe out when you come down. Breathe in while you go up. Breathe out while you come down, melting down. So let the arms go free floating as it goes. And then come down. So I always like to make my patients work a little bit. So I tend to say to them, if you're sitting on a ball, take the weight towards your toes going up. And then when you come down, take your weight towards your heels. So you're working on Tai Chi, but also you're doing a little bit of weight transference. That's why Tai Chi can be therapeutic as well as it can be adopted. I love Tai Chi. I'm sure you're all enjoying there, trying to fly. But we've done more than a few times. So we're going to stop there and then try and get your arms to your center and do some deep breathing. Relax those shoulders, and you're done. Now, I hope you enjoyed working with the gym ball. I want you to do the same exercises in standing. So in standing, we're going to do each of the exercises, probably 3 repetitions today because of the lack of time, but you can do more repetitions at home. So I would like you to just get your legs relaxed, keep that knee freely floating. Get that hips relaxed, knees over the feet, the line on the head, chest, and the pelvis all in one level. Relax the shoulders, and it's ready to start. So take a nice deep breath and let go. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathing exercise will make you forget all your stress levels. Today we had some technical problems, but when I did the breathing, it all vanished. I've started enjoying. There's no music here, but I'm still enjoying it. But with the music, it's so divine. It helps you to work even more better. So please stay tuned. If you have time, go and switch on the music. We're going to start doing the warm-ups. Left shoulder rolling, right shoulder rolling, forwards to backwards, forwards to backwards, forwards to backwards, forwards to backwards. I'm doing very slowly, but you can do a little bit faster so we can do backwards to forwards, backwards to forwards, backwards to forwards, backwards to forwards. And of course, you can go to 2 more repetitions. But we're going to do arm swinging, left to right and right to left. Then as soon as you get the momentum, you can go to the windmill. It's such a great, nice, relaxing feeling for those who are doing there with me. The shoulders feel so light and easy after this warm-up exercise. Many people try doing these as one of the warm-ups. And we are going to go into hip circling. 1, 2, 3, the way the clock moves, and the way the clock doesn't move. 1, 2, and 3. Excellent. We're going to go and do the leg lifts as if you're marching on the spot. And those of you who have got some time, space, you can actually go walking forward and back. It all depends on the space you get. Okay, so marching on the spot has got quite a lot of nice health benefits as well. It involves the full warm-up of your body. Right, the next one is kicking the leg. Kick the leg, and if you have your arms to kick, that's great. And you can stay a little bit longer, it improves your balance too. Love warm-ups. Like I said, you don't have to three kicks. You can do 1, 2 and stop, or you can do 1 and stop. It all depends upon how good you feel and find yourself. Okay, the warm-ups are good. We are ready to do this Qigong exercises. Let's start with deep breathing exercises. Find your position in your standing, hips, feet on the shoulder width. Relax those knees, ready for the Tai Chi. After you had your posture checks, do your deep breathing. You're going to do the same 6 Qigong exercises in this position. And I explained already the precautions, so please bear in mind about the precautions in standing as well. So if you want to have your arms down, you're going to start the waterfall exercise, taking the arms, floating the arms up and down. I make my patients work more hard, so I tell them, can you do a little bit of gentle squats? And they like it because they think it's easier for them to do. So those of you who can do it, do it. If not, just do just the Tai Chi exercises, dropping the arms down, lifting. Some people say lifting is not a right word, but they understand better. When I say float, they say, what do you mean by floating? So if I put you all in a pool or in a waterfall close area, and you're going to feel the water through your fingers floating, and then you're trying to melt the arms down. It's a nice feeling, a beautiful feeling. And if you have trouble and you can't do one arm, you can do the other arm a little bit more, can't you? And then you can do this arm less. There's no right and wrong. We're going to go to the next exercise after this. Autumn and spring. Lift it up and then try to stretch your arms out, floating them out, breathing in, bringing them back and down. So you're going to breathe in, let the arms float out sideways. Breathe out and come down. So I would say to you is think about the sun rising, showing all the sun rays to us. Powerful, beautiful. Going back to the sunset and then coming down. You're doing really great, those of you who are practicing, honestly. I wish I could see you. And then back. Down. And again, lifting it up and then spreading the arms and then back. Beautiful. And again, you can do one arm, both arms together, depending on how you feel. And if you feel you can't really spread them that much, on the higher level, you can go to the lower level. Yeah, there's no wrong and right in Tai Chi. Good. We're going to go to the next exercise, having a ball and supporting the ball over the shoulder and then bringing the arm back, pushing the ball down. So again, you imagine the pool, taking the ball up to the surface of the water, floating, and then pushing the ball back to the water. You would think that I like water. I do. I used to run the hydro pool before, and now we are having a bit of threat to the hydro pools. I have to bring the pool into Tai Chi every time I do. And I'm glad my guru, Ross Smith, she always connects something to the water when she does the exercises. And it's so nice when we give the visualization to people that they actually do the exercise thinking that they are in the water already. And never think that you got to breathe in a lot or breathe out a lot. It's all in your own capacity. Okay, we're going to go to the next exercise, a colorful exercise, which is painting the rainbow. Now, I don't know whether you could see me better, but all it matters is those who are a bit careful need to be careful about the breathing, be careful about them. Don't rush, but you can take your arms up as above, and then keep one arm on the head, just above the head, and then the other arm comes out painting the rainbow above, and then down and back. As long as you keep your head turned slightly to an angle to see your arm, it's fine. Head and your trunk slightly turned towards that side to look at your arm. And this is where the weight transference also works with a little bit of rotation. It's all good for you. Very healthy movements. And again, let the leg really relax. Let the knees relax while you're doing the work. Floating the arm down, trying to paint them red this time. Blowing out, breathing out, back. You're doing great. Those of you doing. And you've done 4 movements, so I'm going to ask you to come back. And those of you who can't raise up, you can actually do in this angle, can't you? And then paint the rainbow to your capacity. Breathing is very important. That's because people tend to hold the breath. But that doesn't mean Tai Chi means you got to breathe in one moment, breathe out. There's no restrictions like that. So I hope you enjoyed that. We'll do one more of the painting the rainbow at the maximum. And you try to drop it down, melting your arm, looking at that. And then you try and paint that rainbow with a color you like. I love yellow. Those who know me, they'll know that I love yellow color. So I'm painting it yellow now. Breathing in, I'll let go and take that paintbrush. I want to do one more with y'all, yellow. And it's really doing me well. And I hope you're doing that well as well. Then when you finish, you just melt the arms down. Wonderful. And if you find this is very hard, you can go back and do your breathing exercises, but it's time to do breathing exercises anyway. So if you can, because we finished the exercises, we think, but we got 2 more. So those of you who feel you want to go ahead and do a couple of breathing, please go and do it. Eventually you will find this painting the rainbow and the other exercise which involves over the head a bit easier and easy to adapt according to your capacities. The next one is gazing the moon. So you're trying to gaze the moon from there, opposite, and bringing the arm down and up. Gazing, bringing it down, floating the arms up, reaching to look at a good glimpse of the moon. There's no moon at the minute, but I'm sure this evening some of you will go and do the exercises looking for that moon. When you come down, melt your arms down, sink your chest down, and then you try and float the arm up. And it's so divine to do that. Last time I did with the music and I enjoyed it. And people who did with me, they couldn't hear the music, so it wasn't very useful. The Zoom doesn't take the music up. But those of you who are at home, please use the music. And you'll find 10 times better doing these exercises, I assure you. Excellent. And we're going to go to the last exercise, which we all are going to love, flying like a wild goose. So trying to take up as if you're flying. And here, those who are standing will need to do one extra work, which is going on your toes while you lift, float your arms up. Can't say the word lift. You have to think about you're floating the arms. Your arms get lifted, but it's actually you floating it up. Yeah. And then coming back, you melt the arms down and coming to the heels back. So go to your toes if you can, those of you who can, and then down. I would say is that's how you're going to do. And then back. I'm not telling you to squat. I just want to show you my arms. So if you go up to there and you go up there and then you bring your arms down to the heels. So go on your toes while you do it and then on your heels. Again, on your toes, float up. I could do this for a long time, but I know some of you will get tired. So when you're doing the exercises, and if you can't go higher up, you can go to that. Now they all say sky is the limit, but I change it when I tell my patients, you bring the sky to your limit. So I would like you to bring your sky to where you can actually reach your arm up to, if that makes sense. Keep this lesson, you'll always have to go according to your limits. So your sky is here, manage it. It's perfect. And some of you can go a little bit higher up over the days, and it's fine. But if this is your range and you can do it, maintaining is your key movement. And it's vital that you do exercises and keep that maintaining. Okay. For those of you who want to go and fly up a little more, we'll do 1 or 2 more. Excellent. Going on your toes and back. Breathing out. Breathing in while you go up and back. It's a very small step. Brings you a lot of joy. You've got to imagine those arms are like the wings of a bird. So if the wings can take you up floating, it's a nice feeling, isn't it? You're going to go back to your center now and do some breathing. And I would like you to do is, you can either do breathing exercise or you can do a cooling down as well. So after this breathing exercise, I'll do a little bit of cooling down just to show you how you can do in standing. So take a nice deep breath and let go. And breathing in. Relaxing, keeping all the chi sensation in your system. So the cooling work is very simple. You're trying to get the sun shines, the chi sensation, and you're trying to apply it on your head, your chest, your abdomen, your thighs, your hips, knees, your ankle. Coming back, you get some more and apply it back. Get that chi sensation all over your body. You might feel a little bit of pins and needle sensation in your hands and your feet, but that's all quite normal. To get some more sunshine, sun rays, sun dust, chi sensation, go all over there. And when you come back after the 3rd time, you go back to the center and stay. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll practice these exercises, but I know it is difficult. When you do on your own, it gets very boring. So I've got a group to practice for you, and they're going to be practicing virtually. So I will be talking to you while they're doing the exercises. That will actually make you memorize whatever we did. So you're going to get more tuned into these warm-ups and the exercises, what we did, and the cooling down when you do group exercise with Grimsby Town NASS members. They are looking forward to work with you. Are you? Good evening. We're going to have some therapeutic Tai Chi session with Grimsby NASS members. Hello, buddy. Say hello. 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 So let's start with some gentle warming up. Rolling the shoulders forward to backward, starting with the left and then to the right. Left and to the right. Left and right. Left and then right. So we're going to go back to the rolling the shoulders backwards to forwards, backwards to forwards, backwards to forwards, backwards to forwards. The next exercise is having your arms there, trying to do a spin, starting left to right, right to left. Swaying in and out. You all learn well. I hope you do. And we're going to change to the next one is the windmill. Left to the right, left to the right, left to the right. Well done. Then we go to the next one, your hip circling, circle, the way the clock moves. And the way the clock doesn't move. And there's no certain numbers, you can do 3 to 5 or even more, but we'll stop with 5. Next one is marching on the spot. Take your opposite arm and stop as well. Gentle marching. Again, we're doing 5 repetitions. almost coming to the end of the warm-up. Bring your arms to your breathing. And start your breathing. In and out, in and out. So we're going to do gentle Tai Chi. Just take your feet to your shoulders width. Arms down. And take your arms up. As if you're feeling a waterfall. And then bringing it down. The important bit here to think is the rising, lifting, and down. Try not to push the hands, it comes from your chest. In, and then out. I'm doing 5 movements of each, so that's the third movement. Each time you go up, breathe in, and you sink down with your chest, breathing out. Fall down, rise up, lifting up, and then down. And the last one. Next movement is the spring and autumn. You lift your arms up, and you spread your arms out wider. And then bring them back, and you come down. Lift them up. Those of you who can do some squatting, you can, but there's no rule to do that. So you can do that if you want. Up. Out. As if you've got a big heart and you're saying, I love you, and then back. And those of you who got a nice helium balloon, just do that. And then back in and down. Just think about lifting your arm, raising up, breathing in, slow and gentle. And then back in. It should be floating. And then back. Lifting. And then out. Back in. And then down. Next exercise starts now. Raising the ball to the opposite shoulder and then bringing it back down. Same thing to the other side and then back. Raising and lifting and then down. I would like to go opposite side as much as possible, but do not lift your leg up. Sink down each time you come and you go up. That's the third time you're doing. Bring it back. Raise your arms and bring it back. Raise it. Back gently. Raise and bring it back. And the last one that one was. So we're going to do the next movement, taking your arms up this time, and we're trying to paint a rainbow. So take your arm out, the other arm stays up, imagine a rainbow up, and then you come back towards this. And again, up, and then again. Arm falls down, and again, it's all about lifting up and sinking. Nice movements behind me. They are doing so well. Try not to move your hands, move from your chest. The chest, the shoulder, and then the arms.
you're going to have your arms down again. This time I want you to think that you're flying while down. So on a goose, elevating. Go on your toes and go up. Facing the palm to the sky and then back on your heels. So again, going up on your toes and then back. And gently take it up from the chest, up. There's no restrictions, you have to go up facing the palm to the ceiling. How much ever you can, it's not a problem. Feel that arms drifting up, lifting, going on your toes and breathing out and sinking down with your chest. Last one to go. And then that finishes. Very good. Next time do this, gazing the moon. To your left, everybody. Make a triangle with both your hands. See the movement through the fingers and your thumb. And then you drop it down. And you go again, gazing at the moon up in the sky. Again, sweep down, sink down, and then go to the left. Sink down. Again, sink down. Raise up, lift your chest up, let the arms, hands come down. Very nice. Doing very well. You slowly move through the shoulder line down. Raise yourself up. Try not to bend, try not to lean with your hands, cover the chest. Drop down. And then up. I like this exercise so much, I will do it again and again. So I missed the fifth and not the sixth. That's probably me, nobody else.
No, that was brilliant. We really appreciate the Grimsby group getting involved as well.
But do these exercises with music and it helps.
Absolutely. I put the link to the music in the comments so everyone can go head over to YouTube and get that set up, and absolutely come back to this video anytime and just try out those exercises in your own time with that lovely music in the background. It's going to be a really great resource for everyone. So thank you, Susie.
Thank you, Zoe.